top university. Oh my days.
You're already confused.
I'm already, yeah, bro. This is clearly distress. This is distress. All right, let's go again. Hi guys, we're back again with China Essentials Podcast, where we talk about study and life in China. And today we're here with
Miguel,
and we're going to talk about his life studying in China as a Spanish-born Chinese. Are you ready?
Ready, let's go.
Let's go. All right, so the first question is, where did you grow up, in China or in Spain?
I was raised and born in Spain. Then I was sent to China with my grandparents because my parents, they are business holders.
Okay.
So they kind of like really busy with their work. So I then grew up in like 3 years and then going back to Spain.
Okay, so 3 years in China and then back to Spain
until university.
And then university came back here.
Yeah.
Okay, so then how did they make that decision? Why did they choose you to grow up in Spain and then come university here?
They haven't thought like when I was a kid like coming to China for university. It's just like my dad's work has like changed. He's currently working in China also. And at the same time, he feels like as a parent, they feel like, oh, you're Chinese, then you should go to China. Then you should go to Tsinghua. You could go to Peking University.
Right.
So that's how I ended up here.
I got you. So then, did you have to do any kind of special preparation to come here?
I did my HSK also, like every other foreigners here in China.
But do you still count as a foreigner? Like, for example, I'm from Barbados. Our mother language is English.
Yeah.
So we don't have to do like IELTS or these kind of things. So you still have to do HSK?
I did do HSK and IELTS.
You have to do both?
Yeah.
Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But this means you have an advantage though. You could probably like teach on the side and get a lot of money, I think. Maybe.
We're not allowed to work.
Oh, I mean, of course, after you graduate, right?
After graduation, sure.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So then, I want to hear more about your process to applying first to the bachelor's in Tsinghua, Beijing, and then about your master's here in Tsinghua SIGS.
Sure. So for my bachelor, this was kind of like easy, just like upload any documents that you have to prove yourself that you're strong enough for Tsinghua University. Just then they check your documents. Then I think mainly they check your GPA first, and then if your GPA just passed, then they arrange a interview.
Okay.
Offline interview at that time was before COVID. So I went to Beijing, China, and then they just interviewed me.
Wait, did they pay for the ticket to Beijing, China, or did you have to go on your own?
No, you need to go by yourself.
Oh my god.
What are you talking about? You're not even a Tsinghua student. You want the school to pay you.
Sorry, fine. So how was that offline interview? Was it hard?
It was okay.
Okay.
It's just like 4 teachers. It was like 4v1.
That feels kind of scary though, I think.
It was like some teachers talking about your specialty and your major, and then some of them they're proving your language skills.
Okay.
Others was like cultural teachers, just like asking your cultural stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. And then they just arrange everything, your documents, what your awards and everything, and they just compare, and then they say like, oh, this guy suits Tsinghua or not.
Oh, okay, cool. And you definitely suit Tsinghua. So now that you made it, so what was your impression of the main campus, and then what was your impression of here? And I want to hear about maybe the campus itself, the people, and also the food.
I mean, as an undergrad, like compared to as a graduate student, it's completely different. Cause like for undergrad, I just feel like, oh my god, new world. I was like, I've never seen like such a big campus. I was like crazy for like. I don't think you can walk Tsinghua main campus in like one day.
You can't. You
definitely need something like bus, or you need the bikes or e-bike.
Yeah.
But like, because like my high school is quite small. Like we only have like 3 or 4 buildings, and then like 1 basketball, 1 tennis court, and that's enough. And that's all. So coming to Tsinghua, you got like 9 courts, like a lot of like 17 canteens.
Yeah.
Right? And every kind like so big.
So big, yeah. The campus is huge. That was one of the biggest things for me too when I got there, because I came from Barbados. You know, Barbados is tiny. Barbados is about the same size as Haiti. Yeah, so literally, I checked it online, about the same size. So then when I got to the campus, and it was just like, like I was blown away also.
But I feel like it's great because like you meet every people there. You want anything, you got just stay in the campus.
Yeah,
you don't need even like, go out. You got your bank, you got your canteens, you got restaurants, you got library, a lot of libraries also.
Yeah, you even get your hair. I got my haircut on campus.
Then even like washing your clothes. Place. Yeah, like dry cleaning.
Yeah,
and supermarkets, every kind of stuff there.
Everything.
Yeah,
so people ask me like, you lived in Beijing and you didn't go to this place, you didn't go to that place. I was like, nah, bro. I lived on campus in Beijing.
I lived on the city, Tsinghua.
Yeah, exactly. That's really what it was like. Okay, cool. So then you've graduated. You did good job. First of all, congratulations on graduating.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I know you've come here to do your master's. What did you think about this campus and the people here and the food? What's the difference?
Difference is like I just said, like as an undergrad, just like feels everything just like new, and everything just like you need to focus on your studies, and that's all. And then the rest of the time just hang out with friends or do like all the kind of like associations or having fun. But here it's more like feels like it's a graduate school, so it feels more like everyone is serious about their future, everyone is serious about what they want to do in their lives, their research areas, and every kind of like related to your future path. And the main difference is like people, you just talk to them, you need to reach them out, you need to talk, you need to like seek everything that you want, like resources wise. That's the main difference, just like everyone has their own thing to do.
Yeah, so here they're more focused on like research and their own thing, and less about, you know, the whole fun and hanging around outside, right? That's true. I think I have that same kind of feeling here. That makes sense. So then what do you do now daily? Is your life different to what it was like in Beijing?
Yeah, it's different, definitely different, because like you need to go to your lab, you got lab meetings. I'm also like I have another supervisor outside of school, which is in Damisa here in
far away.
It's really far away. So I need to go work. That's why I don't hang out that much in the campus anymore, because I'm like half time in Tsinghua in my workplace, and yeah.
Okay,
that's a pity, because like campus life is so nice.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
So then my next question is, what are some of the challenges that you still face?
Challenges is definitely that I still don't have my research area.
Understood. A challenge we all suffer with sometimes.
I mean, we've been here for 6 months. A little bit like worried about, it's like still like I only got like 2 years left. And figure out what do I want to do, because like people around me, they all know like I want to do this, I want to research on this. So yeah,
people come here knowing what they want to do already. This is so different. I'm like, oh, I still need time to think too. So okay, so this probably means that your bachelor's and your master's are slightly different. What were the two majors that you've done? I was studying automation engineering in Tsinghua, which is kind of like computational engineering outside of China. And then for master's, I'm studying biomedical engineering. Oh, it's close, but there's a leap there in between.
Not really close.
I was trying to say something like you're right. There's a lot in between there. So okay, so what were you thinking when you chose this one?
I mean, I don't want to study like algorithms or new kind of like math stuff anymore. I want to use like my computational skills or my like robotic skills into the medical field or the biology field. So that's why I chose this major. I feel like AI can be applied for many industries, and the main one which we need to optimize is biology, I feel like.
Fair enough. This reminds me, there's a course here called Open Fiesta. Do you know about this one?
I've heard of it. Like,
I think
the name sounds in Spanish sounds like they're partying.
It does sound like a party, but I actually looked at it recently. One of my friends, Anna, she's in this. Apparently, their whole thing is about using AI for doing things.
Oh,
so maybe we could talk to some of them. Maybe they have ideas, and maybe we can work together.
Definitely.
Yeah, cool. All right, so then, What have you learned and how have you grown in this time? It's only been one semester, but maybe you have some lessons.
Like for the last semester, as I've said, like here I feel like you need to reach the stuff. So I mean, communication skills is a must. So I learn kind of like how to deal with different professors, deal with different kind of like people who I work in the company. I feel like that's what I've learned here. Just like the ability to reach people, the ability to talk with more people. Because like in undergrad, like you're definitely like a kid. Like everything is just like prepared in front of you, kind of. You just need you go to class, study, and get good grades. It's kind of like high school, but a little bit less control.
Yeah, it's
like,
true.
You have more liberty, but like still like that kind of issue. Like now you just like you have your own time. You need to schedule your time. You have your own goals, and everything's set by yourself.
So then what advice would you give to somebody from Spain who was thinking about coming here?
Spain. I'll say like the first thing is the weather wise. Just like if you hate humidity, you hate heat, don't come.
Okay.
It's like we're in March and we're sweating already. Just like the AC is running 24 hours.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, and that's the first thing. The second thing is just like what I say before. If you really wanna, you know what you wanna do for your life. You know that you wanna stay in China and do electronic stuff. I really recommend coming to China, Shenzhen in special, because like every kind of like in the industry what is related to electronics, related to like tech stuff, it's here. And
true.
then if you want to build something up, you know, bring your product, your company, or you want to like develop your project or something, definitely choose Shenzhen, which is like you got everything here to reach out.
Makes sense. And with the weather though, China has like a lot of different places. So what about the weather in Beijing? Was that more similar to the weather in Spain?
Yeah, it's definitely like more similar. Spain is kind of like dry. Well, at least in Madrid. I'm not talking about Asia and all this stuff. In Madrid, it's quite dry. And then you dry your clothes and like the next day probably already already dried. Like same as in Beijing, but like Beijing is a little bit more colder. There's more snow, and I hate March to April in Beijing because there's normally some like sand wind, sandstorms, and then it looks like Mars.
Yeah. It does though. It does. You have to shut your windows and everything. It's just everywhere. It's bad. Okay, so now we're at our last question. Do you have any questions for me?
Sure. So I know that you study masters in Tsinghua as main campus. We know each other from main campus.
Right.
So why do you continue to stay here in Tsinghua 6?
Good question. So back then, I had a few choices ahead of me. One was working in China, one was going back to Barbados to work, and one was pursuing a PhD. I did apply for jobs in China. It didn't work out as well as I thought it would because they checked my bachelor's more than my master's. Yeah, my bachelor's is in my country. So they weren't really like recognizing my Tsinghua master's. That was an interesting thing. And then when I went home, there were opportunities, plenty. There were like plenty of opportunities, and the money would have been fine because the Barbados money is pretty good. Like $2 Barbados is $1 USD. So the money there is pretty decent. But I felt like my time in China wasn't enough. I had only been here for 2 years, and I feel like I was now, starting to get into it. I was starting to get better at Chinese, starting to enjoy life here, and it was already over. So I wanted to find some more time here. So getting a job was possible, but the ones I was finding weren't that great. And I figured another thing was I did a bachelor's in software engineering, a master's in management, kind of engineering management, and I wanted to get a skill that I was really, really, really good at. And I figured AI was a good one. So then I came here now to do AI so I could get really, really good at some skill related to AI so that afterwards I could, make money or do whatever I want afterwards. I feel more, I wouldn't have that imposter syndrome. So one was to stay in China longer, and one was to get a skill I really want to get good at. Yeah, that's about it.
That's good. I feel like 2 years in Tsinghua is just like nothing.
Yeah.
It's like the first year is just like trying to be in this like environment. You just try to reach out to new people, and then it's just like the next year it's just like really fast already.
Yeah,
you just graduated.
Yeah, and the next year you're trying to write that thesis and all this kind of stuff. You're too pressured, too busy. Yeah. So I needed some more time for sure. Cool. All right. Well, thank you for coming. And today, that's it for today. We're going to see you next time on the next podcast. If you want to contact Miguel, we're going to leave his contact information in the description. You can message him in English, Spanish, or Chinese.
Sure. Any languages you want. Just maybe follow me on Instagram.
Yeah, follow me on Instagram, exactly. And see you guys in the next podcast. Bye-bye. Bye.